Okay, it's September 10th, 2025. This is Ira's vlog. First off, we gotta give thanks to God because we got the apartment. We got the one we really wanted all along, but just kind of figured we wouldn't be able to get because thought it was too fancy. But we went for it and we got it approved. This is what they've told us. So Nikki's in the back with hiccups. I don't know if you hear it. But that was a big deal, man. We were sent into like a tailspin. It was a pretty big deal, really, because like we were supposed to come here and go into an apartment that we had been approved, and we were supposed to go into the apartment and just start living that life. And we got here, and as you know, if you watched any of my others, like my previous vlog, it had black mold, and we had to try to get out of the lease like right away, pronto, and we did. But then the thing was like, where do we stay? Where do we get an apartment? I mean, we've been living in the van, so that's not where we stayed in the short term. Wasn't a big deal, but it's like, where do we go now? Because we'd lost money on the application to this place and a place before that. And so it was like, okay, we go around and we apply. We try to figure out what place is good. Hope we can get in. And some of these places cost like $1,000+ to apply. And you're supposed to get most of it back, but still, it's like you can't go all around town handing out $1,000 to a bunch of places. Wait, and then hoping they get it all back to you, all of it that you're owed, and that if you're denied, and that it will be done timely. So it was a real problem we were faced with, and we just kind of figured, let's try this one. They had an option with a bedroom and a den that we didn't realize in the past when we had looked at it, and so we figured me and Nikki can sleep in the den, and Jacob can have the bedroom. We're used to sleeping in a minivan, so after these videos, I literally crawl between the front seats and the back and go to bed. It is quite cozy. So a small room is a pretty big upgrade, actually. I can sit up right in there, so can't really do that in here, except for in the front seats, of course. But so that is a big, we are very thankful that we got approved for that. It's a nice newer apartments, like 5 to 6 stories with elevators. Very, very nice looking inside and out, very clean. You go in on the bottom level, it's all enclosed. There's no exterior, entries. It's like kind of like a high-rise type thing almost. And they're up on a hill, kind of like probably the highest area in the city of Liberty. It might be the highest. I guess I don't know this, but when you're up there, you can see, I believe, downtown Kansas City. So it's I think way up here are topographically speaking, I think we're a lot higher than the rest of the metro, most of at least the rest of the metro area. So it's a really cool, it's a cool place, and we're lucky to get in it. So that is a big that is a huge relief, because we were like, what are we going to do? How are we going to find another place? How are we going to afford to keep applying? Probably can't really afford to apply a bunch of places, and how are we going to know it's good? And so we were very thankful there, and that gives us time. We move in November. That's the only unfortunate thing, because Jacob was looking forward to getting in with us, but it's going to take a little bit. But it gives us time to car shop, because before we're like, we got to make income, secondary income, to cover the rent if we can get in a place, and to show a higher income to get in approved for places. So it's like, we got to hustle. We decided today, it's like, let's just get a rental car so we can boost our revenue. Now, of course, the cost of the rental offsets that, but the apartment doesn't look at that. They just look at the income. So we were like, let's just get a rental. We'll both DoorDash separately, and we'll just make a ton of money, and we'll look good. And so, which we think we still may go ahead and do, to just stockpile money and stuff, because you do make some more than it costs. And so, but we can also shop for a car, an actual car that we own, so we have more leeway now. We're not as desperate to have to just kind of make as much money as fast as we can to prove that we can afford an apartment, because we're already approved. So we can take the time more to do like the car shopping, and and kind of just not have to spend a bunch of time trying to get into different apartments and trying to figure that out. That's pretty time consuming. So the other thing is, we will probably go back to Laramie here soon, rather maybe even tomorrow, I don't know, because it is hot here at night, which is a problem for sleeping. And if you don't sleep well, everything else doesn't work well, and you get sick. At least this is how it affects us and a lot of people. So you gotta be able to sleep well. And what we've done in van life, as much as we can, is we move when it gets too hot at night in a place, or if it gets too cold in a place at night. Like last February, we went from Kansas City here to Jacksonville, Florida, which was not hot there. It was nice. It was cool temperatures. And so that is probably what we'll do. We'll go to Laramie. It's not probably going to be too cold there yet. And it's hard for it to be too cold. The main reason we left here was because, I mean, it was very inconvenient to be very cold, like cooking and things outside. Your food freezes and stuff, and it's actually harder to cook, to heat up stuff when it's frozen, and obviously. But it takes longer. It seems that the cold, just in general, takes longer to cook. And so we could, for the most part, sleep in the cold. There was like one night, I think, I didn't really get much sleep because of the cold. It was just, even in my sleeping bag, it was like, man, it's just so cold. I needed a higher, a sleeping bag that went low for lower, was made for lower temps. And I think it was like -10 or something Fahrenheit. So, but that wasn't really the problem. The problem was the other components of it, cold, making it difficult to live in. Also the snow, things were shutting down. Like, you wouldn't have, there's times where we probably just really couldn't have gotten around to make money. So we needed to keep making money. And that was the main reason we went to Jacksonville. But now, gotta go. Might as well go to Laramie so we can sleep. Also, you make a lot more money there. We probably make about 15, 16 bucks an hour here. And over there we make like 21 or 22 an hour. And we spend less on gas because it's so much smaller. You don't have any long trips. So better sleep, more income, less expense. It's like, kind of like duh. And it's a great town. We love it. It's beautiful. It's high desert, just out kind of in the desert, I guess, in this basin between these Medicine Bow and Laramie Mountains, and it's just beautiful. It's a great town, great university that has a great library that provides free bus transportation around the town, and we take that to the library and work on stuff most days. And so I'm guessing that's what we're gonna do. And then if their first snow is usually the end of September, which is coming right up. So, but that that shouldn't stop us from dashing. Just some snow is not a big deal, but we're probably gonna come back after a couple of weeks anyway to do, like, Nikki's got some family stuff she wants to do, and so what else? So we kind of we did some dashing today. We celebrated when we found out we got approved. That was just we didn't expect that. We were just trying it, and so we celebrated, and it's late. I'm tired. It's like, what is it? It's 1 a.m. But I don't have any notes, so I'm kind of like, oh, the rental car. I was supposed to pick up the rental car today, and they're like, well, you just reserved it this morning, right? Because we decided this morning, yeah, we better get that. So I went on Priceline, which I've done a number of times, and I'm like, okay, yeah. It defaulted to like picking up today at noon. I was like, okay, fine, I'll do that. Like, well, you just reserved this morning, right? I was like, yeah. Like, and you reserved it for like 2 weeks, right? And I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, well, we don't have cars that are ready. So it's like, I'm like, okay, well, should I just come back? She's like, no, we'll call you. And I'm like, I've never been told that. I have had to wait, and I know with Enterprise especially, if you don't get there first thing in the morning, it's like they run out of cars. But this was weird, and they never called me today, and I tried to call them back, or call them after I'd physically gone there 2 different times, and no response, just on hold for like 5 minutes. So I don't know what's going on. I paid hundreds of dollars through Priceline. So I guess I'm going to go there tomorrow morning, and I'm just sitting here now realizing, oh my gosh, it's so late, and I need to try to get there right in the morning and see what's going on. I get the feeling like the Priceline thing is kind of like Enterprise is like, wait, what? Because when we rented a car in Loveland, Colorado, I think it was the same deal. It's like same day I did it, and they were like, oh, well, I'm surprised it let you do that because we don't really have anything. And we had to wait a long time, which we understood, and we just waited, and they did get us something. But like these guys here, it's just like, we'll call you. And I'm like, I've paid, and so now they're going to have to prorate. Like I asked her in the thing, I was like, are you going to reduce the total then? Because like it's based on like 12 p.m. today to like 12 p.m. 2 weeks from now. Because at the very least, I was going to be picking it up later in it, and then, an hour, 2 hours through it, that makes a difference. And she was just like, well, she looked confused, like, it'll be the same rate. I'm like, well, yeah, I'm not asking for a different rate. And she's like, but it'll be prorated. I'm like, okay, that's what I was asking. So, like, we'll see how it really plays out. And if they don't have anything, I'm going to see if I can get it out of it. And we could rent a car just in Laramie or something. Because we were thinking there's not much reason to rent it here and then drive it to Laramie. So we may just try to get out of it anyway. And so that was kind of weird. Kansas City Enterprise on North Oak Traffic Way. Not really a good... I mean, they just didn't even communicate. I just couldn't believe it. I was shocked. Never had that with a rental place like that. And so that was that story. I feel like there's something else. I did my run. I finally ran again. I hadn't run since almost a week. Last Wednesday. So a week. And then I was supposed to run Friday, but we were in the mountains, and so I kind of humbled myself and was like, okay, we've gone up quite a bit in altitude. I'm going to just do like a hike thing. And I built like this trail thing, which I've talked about. And that was kind of my workout. And then Sunday, I was supposed to do a long run, but we were on our way back. And that took, the whole of the day. And we were dealing with mice in the engine, which I think are gone. Which, by the way, mothballs, I think, does the trick. And then we did get these supersonic things, which I don't know if they're working, but people swear by them. So I did a running vlog. I ran tonight after dark when it was cooler at a park. And I put a vlog up. It wasn't really great, but I just want to get something out. So a running vlog. I got a running vlog that's on Instagram and Facebook. I guess I could put it on TikTok too, but I just didn't have time. And so I don't know how that'll go, but if you want to check it out, feel free. And Jacob says he understands, he's bummed out that he can't move with us, but he's cool with it, and he understands, he said. So, so that is that. And it's actually really good. We're so happy that we got the other place. That's like a big weight off our shoulders. We wanted to get in sooner, but well, that's how it is. So, I guess I don't have too much else to say right now. It's pretty late and I'm tired. My brain's tired, and so I guess I will say sayonara for now, and hopefully I'll be back on tomorrow. All right, thanks for watching.